All right, so we're gonna start. Can you hear me fine? Okay, perfect. Um, so the last Saturday, we tried to do this exercise. Basically, it's the bypass of security protection that is basically involves the PPL and the AM PPL. That's anti-malware PPL protection for Windows, and the PPL that is a protected process light. So basically, as I show you, let me just do a quick recap. Here, if we go into Windows System 32, we will see that we cannot rename anything here because we need to be trusted installers. So I will give you, as it is right now, administrative rights, but then you see that those rights are not even enough. You need to be trusted installer. So in order to do that, in order to bypass that particular protection, what we can do is to become a trusted installer by running a service and changing the path of the binary that the trusted installer is going to use. So let me, if you choose that, is it? Yes, this one. So this is how it works. Let me give you an example. So let's say we want to copy CMD to magnify.exe or anything. So this should be an admin CMD command. Then we change the bin path. Then we run this as trust installer from an admin console. And then basically we will become trusted installers. And by becoming trusted installer, what we can do is to change whatever we want from the system32 library. And how do you get admin? Well, there are several ways of getting admin into a Windows 10 machine, of course. But what I'm trying to show you here is what can you do after you become admin? Because in the most of the cases is okay, you got admin, right? Then what are you gonna do with those right? Can you get persistence? Can you run, I don't know, mimikatz? Can you do anything like that? No, most of the cases you cannot, because you will have a Windows Defender or PPL or EDR or an AB in place. All right, so in this case, I'm gonna show you this example with how to bypass those protections using Bitdefender. This is nothing against Bitdefender. It doesn't apply only to Bitdefender. What I'm showing you is something that exploit a security vulnerability in the way that this mechanism has been set up on Windows 10. And it's not something in particular for Bitdefender, but it's something more broad. So I'm going to show you how to do it with Bitdefender, choose as a proof of concept. And I only pick up this IB because it was the easiest choice. I mean, I choose Google free IB that has a 64-bit binary on it, because the DLL that I'm going to use to do this is compiled on 64-bit. You can get the code of this DLL on exploit pack. So basically what I'm doing here is just running the installation of the Bitdefender. You can get it from their website. Okay, so what I need to do now is to get Procmon. I'm gonna say, load images, because I'm gonna override one of the ones that they have. You can also look for not found, and then it will have the same effect, but choose in case. So then we do path ends with .dll, and then just like that, and then all right. And then we also want the username, so let's add a filter for that. User is system at, okay. Okay, so let's wait for it. So on this example, it's not a pen test. What choose a quick recap. It's not a pen test. What I'm showing you here is what can you do after a post exploitation in order to get persistence and to bypass the antivirus and the Windows protection for AMPPL and PPL, right? So if I now, well, I enable the boot login on Procmon, and basically what I'm gonna do now is to restart the machine. Because for instance, something that you cannot do with AMPPL with the typical module of an AB of self-defense is that you cannot uninstall the antivirus, you cannot stop their services, and you cannot tamper with them. Typically, an antivirus for Windows, what it's going to do is to inject itself into from user LAN into each high privilege program. For instance, if you run CMD, the antivirus itself is going to do a kind of DLL hijacking and inject itself into the binary CMD on the case of the example that I'm explaining, and then it's going to read whatever happens on that binary during runtime, and then that's how it's going to check if there is something malicious going on. All right, so we have Windows Bitdefender installer on this machine. So and Procmon was running. So what we're gonna do now is to we use the same and then the same filter, and then we're gonna say what we have on the bootlog of Procmon. Alrighty, we're almost there. So saving those, and then there you go. And then we have this. Of course, we are only interested on the ones from the antivirus itself. So we have these ones. As you see, is loading several DLLs from season 32. So what we need to do now here is to, there are several ways of doing it. So you can pick one that is not found. So on this case, it's a load image with a success status, but you can use one that is not found, and there are several. I already ran this. Or you can also even try to find one DLL that is with a typical DLL hijacking escalation. Maybe find some DLL but that's not the case for it, because we already assume that we have admin rights, but what we don't have here is FUD in the system, and what we don't have here is a way of being admin and disabling the antivirus and bypassing the protections of the PPL, right? So that's the whole thing here. So what I'm gonna choose is, let me look for it. So this is a good one, framework manager. And you see first is looking it there on their directory, and if it's not found, then it's gonna try to load it from system 32. That's when you're gonna go there directly. Okay, yeah, we're gonna pick this one, debug help.dll. Yeah, and as I said, we're gonna pick that one, but I'm gonna show you the not found as well. So let's say, okay, we're gonna use this DLL, because this DLL is gonna load our code, and then it's gonna load the proper DLL. So let's say operation, we take it out and then we replace it for result is name not found. And then we add it. Okay. And then we have it here, right? So as you can see, there are several that yeah, that you can choose add into it, because on this folder I assume we cannot, because it will be protected by AMPPL. But on System32, by choose being an admin, you can choose drop it there if it doesn't exist. Otherwise, if it does exist, then you need to be cost trusted installed in order to tamper with that DLL or any file there. So that's why I show you the trick, the first one on becoming trusted installer, so you can tamper with those. But let's try to find one example for System32 from the antivirus itself. So not yet. I think I miss a few. Oh, this is one, framework manager.dll. There you go. Okay, so let's do that one. So first thing first, let's scan it, of course. Scan it file, it's not detected. All right, so debug help.dll does exist there on Windows. That we go here. Oh, we can do it from CMD as well. That's easier. So we say dir debug help.dll. It does exist, and we cannot replace that, right? Because if we try to replace it like that, continue. Oh, I put it into nowhere. Sorry, System32. There it does exist, so we're gonna put it there, replace it, and give admin rights, and it doesn't allow us to do that. See? Yeah. Okay, so let's do the trick with the trusted installer. So what we need to do now? Is gonna be debug. So it's gonna be debug help.dll, and we're gonna choose move it into there. Become copy and admin. So who am I? Choose a regular admin. Yeah, you see, it's a administrator. So basically, it's a user with a high mandatory level access. So it's having an admin, not system or anything like that. So boom, we start the service, and now if it was successful, then this one is gonna be replaced like that. So as you can see, now we have it, and then when we do dir file not found, right? So now because it doesn't exist, we can just put it there with admin rights, no trusted installer rights, and now we have it there, right? And now because the antivirus and Windows and the PPL is not gonna verify, basically they are not gonna verify the signature, they're not gonna verify the file size, they are not gonna verify anything like that, and they are gonna trust that because it is only that folder, it can be loaded with system rights. So there is absolutely no protection. And this is a Windows problem. It's not a problem with the antivirus itself. Antivirus is behaving properly, just trusting on the operating system to do it right. So let me see if I'm missing. Now the execution is there. We should get execution of it. Let me see if we can copy this file still. I should have copied this first. Let me see what we can do. We need a I need to get a shell because the execution was from, let me show you this. The execution was coming from a system. And because I'm not system, but only admin, if I go there, see there, we have all these files, but I cannot read them because they have higher privileges, right? But in any case, I can show you this. So we already got execution from the antivirus. See, so the DLL was injected into this process. So update server.exe and injected a system. So we got execution there. We got execution on the server itself and the installer of the antivirus and the agent. And the agent is running as user for some reason. So we got full control of the antivirus. So that means that we are we become the antivirus. And well, if you want to choose call exit from your DLL, then you will choose close the antivirus, right? Instead of injecting and dropping a txt file with the process name. This is coming from the binary itself, and that's it. That's how you can bypass it. And then because you can bypass it, you can also exit the antivirus. You can write into this. You can uninstall the antivirus. You can do whatever you want, and then without the antivirus, without any type of protection on the computer, then of course you can run your Mimikatz, you can do whatever you want. And that's it. And if you want to remain FUD in the FUD, so fully undetectable on this computer, on the computer that you are targeting into doing your penetration test or your red team exercise, what you can do is to, you can replace or hook into the antivirus itself, and then you can choose remain at as the antivirus for more lateral movement. And of course, the antivirus will trust their own files. And that's it, guys. That's how you get fully FUD into a Windows test box with an antivirus, and how you get undetected. I hope it was clear, and we are planning into presenting this into a security conference. But we need to test more antivirus, more EDR solutions, and prepare it a bit more. Okay, thanks for watching. And of course, this presentation, as you might understand, cannot be recorded because we are showing vulnerabilities on software that doesn't belong to us, and that's never a good practice. But we are showing you guys because we assume you are trusted professionals. Okay, so stop sharing and see you on the next training. Thanks, guys.